Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity and my delightful creaky throats. Yes, I may squeak through this one, or I can keep doing that and yell louder. Right, KSCRAFT project share. So I decided to do the chopping board and the cookies. So this is what I got up to, and I've also put one of the cookies aside so that I can make it on camera because I just wanted to share my favourite cookie pen with you. If there is such a thing, it's the one that I go to. So anyway, I'm just going to first of all share my little chop boards, and I've used some little tiny pearls here. I can't remember if these are KSCRAFT or whether I just got them from a store on AliExpress, but there is the baked with love that comes with that chopping board. So I'm trying to get a clear picture. Maybe if I put it down and stop playing around. There we go. And this image is from Snap Click Supply, of course, and it's the Carter Bella pack, which is practically perfect. Yeah, it's got loads and loads of images. I just fussy cut them out, and you get gorgeous, gorgeous papers in that set. I mean, when they called it practically perfect, it was just absolutely the right name for it as far as I'm concerned. It's one of my favourite packs. And then the next one I used the hearts that came with it, and I fussy cut a little cupcake out and used a little pearl on top of that. But you can see that lovely stitching all the way around that little chopping or cutting board. And of course you can put a little tag there. You can hang it from your canning jars. Talking about canning jars, that is what I am up to this week. Or shall I say this weekend. I'm going on a canning expedition into my kitchen. I usually wear a white lab coat when I'm doing it. I get all sort of like Dr. Frankenstein about the whole thing. So I've sterilised all my quart jars and I'm going for a major canning session. Right, and the next one is a little cupcake. And I use the bow in the set. So I kind of like try to split out some of the bits that were in it and sort of like share them across all three that I did, and practically perfect again. So I've done 3 little cutting boards and I've done cookies, and I don't know if I'm going to get close-ups on these, but I'll try. So there's a little sugary heart. Here's a waffle one. You can see that colour. I've got a bit of glitter in there that shouldn't be there, but there you go. There's a waffly wafer one. And you can just see this colour on the background. And I think the reason that I like that colour pen so much for doing cookies is because it's typical of me baking cookies. You know, I'm sort of like so busy crafting that I kind of leave them there 10 minutes longer than they should be. And they get a bit toasted around the edges. There's my little frosted lemon cookie. And the glitter that I use to do them is the Darius glitter, which you can get online. It's really cheap. I think you have to buy 2 pots or something to get free shipping. But I have had it for quite a while. And then we've got a kind of cracker-shaped cookie. And I just sprinkled a little bit of sugary stuff on top of there. And then we've got a chocolate one. And my shiny substance that's on the top of those is my Eileen jewellery glaze, which I think has been renamed to something else. And I got this cheap in Walmart. And I'm always saying I think the reason it was cheap was because they were changing the name on the product. So I just brushed some of that on the top. It's like glossy accents, but takes a little bit longer to dry. And then next up, I just did a plain cookie. So I've got that one. I think this one might be my favourite, where I sort of like dropped the jewellery glaze. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So that I've got a little bit extra dimension on it. So my camera blurred again. So, ooh, look at that. Ooh, now that's what you call a close-up, isn't it? Where you can see all the errors of my ways. I just love that. I think one of the other reasons I like this as well is because it could be used like a mini pie for Thanksgiving, just a Thanksgiving sentiment down a card and your little pie, maybe tiny little apple or a pumpkin or something. So I think that one's got a double use. So I did that one. And then last but not least is pretzels, because you can get sweet and you can get savoury pretzels. So this one is a sweet one. I don't know how close I'm going to get with that. There you go. And that's all coloured up and sprinkled. So I've got my pretzel. And now we're going to do this one. I saved this swirly twirly one to do. So I'm just going to grab my scruffy mat and sort of like push those up out of the way. And my scruffy mat is very scruffy. The more I use it, the scruffier it gets. Right, so we're going to have our biscuit, and I want to show you my favourite pen for doing biscuits, and it's this one. Whether it's the Touch 5 bullet marker that you use or the Touch New, it is brown grey, and I don't know whether that's going to show up there, but it is brown grey and it's 104, and this is my all-time favourite cookie and gingerbread. You can add a little bit of orange into it if you want to make your gingerbread more gingery looking, but I just love this pen. And here we go. This is the colour of my cookies coming out of the oven. And I really do love my pens. And I love that you can buy them individually as well, so that if one sort of like dries out after a while, I can just replace it. And I can imagine I'm probably going to get, you know, 2 or 3 of this shade. I hope I'm not vanishing off camera. And you can, you know, you can put little bits of shadow in where maybe your biscuit got a little bit too burnt while you were crafting, and just go around it. Love it. Absolutely love it. And then, of course, you can do your white edges and just touch it up with your marker. And then when I'm doing things like this, because I'm having my red pieces that fit in there, I only really have to do the edge. So I don't need to waste a bunch of ink. Just give it a sort of, you know, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch border, and you can leave the rest white. So that's basically all you need to do your cookie. And then this would be, you know, glued on top like that, and then your red bits are going in there. I can see I'm moving out of camera. Right, so I've got that there, but I'm going to get some glue, and I'm going to glue up into my swirly twirly bits, and hopefully my glue is going to work. Yes, it is. I'm always grateful when I can squeeze it out. There we go. And that is going to stick down on top, and I'll try and marry it up because it is a distinctive shape, so you want to get your bits where they belong. There. I'm pretty sure that looks messy at the moment, but there you have it. You can see your ink will come through your cardstock, but that's okay because you'd glue it down flat and make a little cookie card or something. Or use them inside a shaker. Right, now I am going to be using Vivid Red. There you go, number 4 Vivid Red, to do these bits, which are my little jammy bits, and they're sticking to my finger, and they will glue on the inside. So I'm just going to use the brush section again, just hold it down with my finger. Nice thing when you've got a little collection of cookie dies is they don't all have to be, you know, shiny and iced up and sprinkled. You can have a few plain ones so that you've got a nice bit of contrast going on with what you're doing. I don't know whether I've moved out of shot again, so I'm moving those up there. Bring this one in and just put the brush over. There. Those are all coloured up nicely. I've just reached over the table and grabbed my pickup tool if I need it, because I don't know if all of these gaps are identical, but I am going to go into those gaps and I'm going to put my glue down. It's a kind of pinwheel cookie, isn't it, I guess? But you could also make these look like Christmas candies, which would be nice. Now, I've got to sort of like go in and size these up. See which ones fit. Whoops. I've lost the end off my pencil now. Oh well, at least it's Friday. I've got the weekend to... I might even have to pick those up with my hands, actually. I've got the weekend to cooperate, not cooperate. Cooperate isn't something I do very well. There. We have now got a jammy swirly cookie. And I can go off around the edge again. Try not to pick up any red in this. And you can darken it up. Now, I've just made a terrible mistake there. Something that I'm always telling you, don't do it. Always colour before you glue. Because if you get glue on your project and then you colour, you end up with a resist. And I don't know if you can see that there. That little dark speckle there is where there is actual glue. So it's created a resist on my pen. So if I push that down, we've now got a jammy swirly cookie, and you can see that, which is not good. But, you know, you can always hide that little bit when you start to group all of your cookies together to make your cards, so that, you know, you can hide it there, which is what I would do. And then you can just pull them all in, make them all pretty. I just love that. Right. I thank you so much for watching me today. Have an absolutely awesome weekend. And I'm going to be back basically all next week with lots of lovely projects for KSCRAFT. As usual, all links below. Bye.